The average size of American women is size 14, but it doesn't really matter to Lululemon and companies like Lululemon because they don't cater to people of that size. Recently, Elizabeth Licorish, who used to work for the company in 2011, spoke to the press about how Lululemon thinks about heavier people or curvier women and how they usually make their business decisions. So she said the following: largest sizes, the 10s and the 12s, were relegated to a separate area at the back of the store, left clumped and unfolded under a table. Now, she said that after she mentioned how all the other sizes were neatly folded, they were put on tables and in drawers, and they were hung up for display, and it looked very nice and lovely and appealing to anyone who is thin. But anyone who wanted to shop at the store for a heavier size would have to go to a more, disorganized part of the store, or they wouldn't even have the larger sizes available to them. So now the question is a store like Lululemon similar to Abercrombie & Fitch in the way that they discriminate against heavier people, but they're not as overt about it?
So, and should they be allowed to do this? I mean, is it perfectly acceptable if they don't want to serve, plus-size women? It's a free country, right? But a lot of people find it offensive, so drop it. There's a lot of stores, Anna, that do cater to plus-size women, right?
Like Lane Bryant.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's a big part of the market. And it's interesting. What is this? They don't go above size 14?
I believe they don't go above size 12. At least that's what this employee is stating. So, and that actually doesn't surprise me. I'm not giving them a pass on that, but that actually doesn't surprise me. I mean, Lululemon is all about status, and it's all about appearances, which is why I don't buy Lululemon. I have no interest in Lululemon. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why people are willing to pay. And I love yoga. What? I'm obsessed with yoga. I go to a yoga class in my neighborhood, and every single woman is decked out in Lululemon apparel. Mm-hmm. The reason why I'm not into it is because I hate this like status thing, and I hate like spending $100 on yoga pants that you can buy at Target literally for $20. Mm-hmm. So that's my beef with Lululemon. So do I think that it's surprising that they don't cater to heavier people? Hell no. They don't like it. It's all about images.
So isn't the average size woman in America 14?
Yeah, and that number I'm sure will continue to increase because, and I'm not saying that this is a big size or obese or anything like that, but we're getting heavier. I mean, as a nation, as a country, we're getting heavier. That's a big issue right now.
But isn't that amazing? And Lululemon's not the only store out there. There's Abercrombie & Fitch, and there are others who don't go above size 12 or size 14 when the average American woman is a size 14. They don't even cater to the average.
I know.
That's amazing.
It's amazing, and they're hurting themselves. So I think the Supreme Court question is guilty or not guilty. Should they be able to do this? And I would argue they can do whatever the hell they want as a private company, but you're going to suffer the consequences. Now, you're going to do really well in, a city like West Hollywood or Beverly Hills or a place where it's all about appearances. But in the rest of the country, I don't know how you survive because most people aren't obsessed with being so skinny.
I don't know. I think a lot of people are obsessed with being cool and wearing the stuff that other people that are cool are wearing. The problem is you can be obsessed with it. It doesn't matter. They don't have your size, right?
Absolutely.
For a lot of women. So it's an interesting business model. Mm-hmm. But I guess in the end, I know these questions that we do in the Supreme Court are always a little vague. I'm going to vote not guilty, as I think you're voting.
Yeah, not guilty. They can do whatever they want as a private company.